Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Z Jaipur Literature Festival at the British Library Entrance Hall. We're delighted to introduce today Dance, the Embodied Word by Monica Della Fuente. Please ensure your phones are on silent mode. Should you have an urgent conversation, please take it outside in the piazza. No flash photography is permitted at this event. I would now like to introduce Mr. Guillermo Rodriguez, who will give more of an introduction. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This session, which is titled The Embodied Word by Monica Della Fuente, will focus on the interrelation between the poetic word and the movement and gesture that is a crucial aspect of Indian culture, Indian classical dance forms. In Indian classical dance forms, the major elements are, of course, the physical, the body, the music, and the word, the poem that is interpreted, that is dramatized, because it's not only a dance form, it's a theatrical representation of a story, of a poem, that which is called natya in classical Sanskrit theory. Monica Della Fuente is a specialist in Indian performing arts. She's a choreographer, performer from Spain, from Valladolid, where India House is based, Casa de la India, which I represent as well. And the interesting aspect of her life story is that she traveled overland to India to learn the classical dance forms at the prestigious Kalakshetra institution in Chennai, in Bharatanatyam dance style, as well as in the dance theatre of Kerala, the famous Kathakali. So she has absorbed and immersed these dance forms and taken them back to Europe, back to Spain, to introduce non-Indian communities and dancers and Spanish and European students from different walks of life and other dance forms to the greatness of and uniqueness of classical Indian dance theatre. And we will hope that this lecture demo will give you an opportunity also to experience it yourself. So you're most welcome also to join on stage. We welcome Monica Della Fuente as part of JLF here at British Library. Thank you very much for coming.
So good morning. I would love to transform this into a space for dance. How can we do that? Can I invite some of you to come and join me? Great. More people come. You will be sitting down, don't worry. We just try to recreate a classroom in India. Please. Great. Can you remove the shoes? Sorry? Yeah, remove the shoes. Great. So we can maybe create a semicircle here so that I can face you and face them. And we sit down, great. So I will be addressing both, but they are my students. So I'll be addressing them too. So today, no? OK, so I start. Whoever wants to join can join anytime. My aim today is to transform, as I said, this space into a space where the body is the protagonist, where the body is the main way to understand India. So I'm going to start telling you a story, right? Just the first day I joined Kalakshetra, the dance school, they just told me the story like that. So there was a sage meditating on the banks of the river, and then the disciples came, and they said, you see, we can see how people live. They're not happy. They live a life with no values. So how can we help people to learn about things. So the sage said, well, I don't have the answer now. Let me meditate. So he went back to meditate. And Lord Brahma came, and he said, I have the solution, because you know that we have the Vedas, we have all the different scriptures, all the different texts that are only for Brahmins. So how can we reach people, normal people? So I give you the solution. We are going to create a fifth Veda, a fifth treatise, where you will feel, you will find out the way of life, because that's the way of communication. That is art. So this fifth Veda is called the Natya Veda. Natya means dance theater, because we believe through theater the world is created, through dance. So in this Veda, you have all the knowledge, all the different wisdoms, but he said, we have to experience that. That's why you are here with me. It's not enough just listening to any talk. You have to experience it. So for that, we have the body as the instrument. So in this fifth Veda, we can find out all the different aspects of communication and expression in such a detail that we can see sculpture, painting, music. So if we go to see any piece of art, and we have read the Natya Shastra before, we can understand the meaning of that. Do you know about that? Did you know about the Natya Veda? But if I ask you, do you know about the Poetics of Aristotle? Probably. So we can create a kind of comparative amount of work, even more than that, because this was composed like 2,000 years back. So imagine we have a kind of study where you can learn about all the different aspects of art, about light, about theater director, about what is the use of the space, how can we create different emotions with different colors. So we go more precise, and we go to the body, and it says how many movements we can do with the body, how many gestures with each and every part of the body. So this is what we train in Indian dance. Then we can use that at the service of emotion, because finally what we do is we try to embody emotion, our inner self, right? So we are going to find out how in this treatise, in this work, this is built up. For the moment, we try to create a sacred space. It's something that we have to connect inside to the outside. Even with this sound, even with this noisy atmosphere that we have. So for that, we take a lot of information, a lot of wisdom from yoga. We observe nature. That's why we build up a body which we can connect it to the martial art, because martial art in India has developed a way to go into the physicality of energies by looking at animals. So we go to science like Kalaripayat or Ayurveda also as the base of our ground. Then we go to literature to understand that at one point the devotional art in dance was part of the devotional art. So it was poetry, dance, and music. We have to look at the sculptures of the temples to understand how is the body created. Because every country or every culture has developed a sense of body, right? So we are going to start with the way we start the classes in India, with a salutation to the Mother Earth. That will connect us to the space and to ourselves, right? So can we all stand? So the first exercise we do to start is to connect what we call the earth with the sky. We have the 4 elements in our body, right? If we think on the earth, we think on the sky, we think about fire, which is somewhere here, and we think about water, which is here. So the 4 elements are working with us, and we are in the space, Akash, right? So we start with the first position, which is called Samam, which means a line that goes from the sky to the earth. That's our central line. We call it Brahma Sutra. From the spine, it goes like if we are a marionette, right? So can we try that? Just put the feet together. The hands are relaxed. Neck. Anybody want to join? It's a good feeling, actually. OK, we continue. So you see that we are barefoot. It means we are really in contact with the ground. So I want you to feel all your feet in the ground, because they are in touch with that. OK? So now we have this feeling of the thread, up, up. OK? So now we breathe. If we look at other forms, like other dance forms, classical, we see the same position as they call plie, right? So we are going to call it aramandi, which means we open the feet, and we work with this line. We just get down as if we are sitting. Yeah, great. Find a comfortable place. It's not comfortable, but with your spine, yeah, great. So now we again go up. Have you seen the sculptures in the temples? Just see if you recognize this position as two triangles, like that. One triangle is facing down, another triangle is facing up. So this is what we call aramandi, Ardha Mandala. Comfortable? No. In classical ballet, we call it plie. So now we go down, more down, and we go to grand plie. That's it. This would be the second position. Now the thread, yeah. Good. OK, now we introduce the hands, what we call the mudras. Mudras, when you translate the word mudra, means sealing. This was used to seal a kind of contract between people. Or now we are going to use it to seal the body relation with whatever you call it, cosmos or whatever. So just show me your hands. Great. So we are going to place the hands like that. This is one of the 28 mudras that we are going to practice together afterwards. So we place it somewhere here. OK. With the Samam position that we said. Great. So we are going to do the salutation to the Mother Earth so that then we can step on it. Now we change to this. So we create a big circle so that we can relate to the space. So just look at that. Look at the space. Great. Now we go down, like we did before. Yeah. Now we can touch the earth. Touch it. Great. Touch your eyes, because we are asking for permission to dance. Go up and salute. Great. So we are ready to dance now. As I said, we have to create this sacred space around. We do it again? Come on. I'm going to introduce another aspect, which is the sound. The movement is accompanied by instrument, in this case, the mridangam. So for that, I'm going to use some rhythmic sounds to accompany the rhythm. Dhalam, gutakate, kutakata, diginatom, ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no, ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no. Great, no? So we move on, and then we are going to see some of the positions that we use for dance. We are preparing the body to tell story. We will come to the story later. So we are going to see what figures we can do with the feet. So we had this. We go to this, what we call swastika, which means the crossing. Just look at my feet. Great. We have to find out the balance now. So this thread is really working the moment we have to use the other leg to support our weight. Great. The other one. Good. We go to samam. There are 108 positions or called karanas that we can do with the body. Great. We can stretch one leg. The other one. Put it back. Okay, we are slowly creating the body. But we have to create it in a space like we did, but we have to create it in time. So for that, we work the rhythm. Rhythm in India, Indian music, as I said, is worked with sounds so that we can create a language with a sound. So like that, we can create different sentences. I can say, ta, hata, jam, ta, rita, ta, jam, ta, dum, da, ge, dim, da, kita. So that is a whole language through music and through body. So I invite you to learn first the sound. Okay, we are going to count 8. I say and you repeat. You all repeat because you can do that. Huh? Ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no. So 8 sounds, right? We put 4 together and we say ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no. Okay, so we are going to use this with some movement. So for that, we go back to this position, and then we stretch one leg and come back. Perfect. So we say the counting. Ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no, ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no. Perfect. But now we have created a kind of down energy. We go to the sky, like we said, to the air. We go back to this, and we open one arm and come back. Open. So as you see, the way we consider the body is like we have like a big part. Okay, I can take the arm. This is one unity. But then I can divide it in shoulder, elbow, wrist, or finger. So this is what we call the small details of the movement. So when you see Indian dance, it's not the feeling that I do big movement. It's a feeling that I can divide my body in small parts. This is like a microcosmos within the big cosmos. And it always comes back to a central line. I can do whatever I do, everything comes to this center. That's another quality of Indian classical dance. So shall we try that? So we open one and come back. So I look at the hand that is moving. This creates a concentration, and also the audience can follow you in what you are saying. Imagine I just do like that, so it doesn't have any connection, right? So I look at the hand, and we are going to count. Ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no, ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no. Another aspect is the coordination of those small elements that we have created. They come in a unity. So we have to coordinate what the legs do, what the hands are doing. So we go back to the position, and then we stretch, same leg with the same arm, and come back. Ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no, ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no. Great. We sit down. So this is one aspect of Indian dance, what we call the abstract part of it. We go to, as I said, the different elements of the body. We are going to concentrate in small details of the body, like the hands. Okay? We have 28 mudras with the hands that we learn in Sanskrit to recite the names of these 28 mudras. It's very important, the movement of the hand, to develop the brain So we know that in children, right? So I want you to do some exercise with your hands. So we have this movement, or this. We go to flamenco, if you want, to do some exercise with the hands. So we are going to do the 28 mudras. Just follow me, okay? Pataka, tripataka, ardha pataka, kartari mukaha, mayurakyo, ardha chandrascha, arala, sukatundakaha, mushtischa, sikarakyescha, kapitta, kataka mukaha, suchi, chandrakala, padmakosa, sarpasirastata, mergasirsa, simuha mukaha, kangulescha, alapatmakaha, chaturo, brahmarascheva, hamsasyo, hamsapaksakaha, samdamsyo, mukulascheva, tambrachuda, trisulakaha. Great. They need some clapping. They're working hard, huh? So these are the 28 mudras. Now, the way we use the mudras is to create a language, to communicate. So what I was reciting was just the name of one meaning. So for instance, we have this one, which means a flag. But we can find different gestures for that. We can make a river. Do it with me. Imagine a river. We can do the sea, a mirror. To say no. No. This one. We can write. Gossip. So I want you to see now the relation between the hand and the rest of the body. For that, we have a sentence, because we learn all by reciting different, what we call slokas, or different, the text, actually, we recite it. And this says like that. Yeto hasta tato dristihi, yeto dristi tato manaha, yeto manas tato bhavo, yeto bhavo tato rasaha. Where the hand goes, the eyes should follow. Can you just try that? Where the hand, just do any gesture. So where the hand goes, the eyes follow. So it means we have to train our eyes to follow the movement of the hand. The hand is going to be like a sign language to communicate. So we have to follow that with the eyes so that we give life. We give the spirit to the hand. So shall we do some exercise with the eyes before we go on? So for that, there is a form called katakali where they work a lot with the eyes. Even they open as much as you can so that the movement of the eye is like big. Shall we try without that face, because maybe they get scared? So just open as much as you can. Then we are going to do a different designs with the eyes, okay? So we look at the straight. Don't have to look at the finger, right? Just try without. I just show you the movement. So now we go to the corner and to the other side. So it's like going side to side. Create a line. Great. Go to the center. Now we go up and down. Then we go side to side. And now we create a circle with the eyes. Okay? So our eyes are ready. So we go back to say where the hand goes, the eyes follow. So we imagine just a movement, a circular movement with the hand, where the eyes just follow me. Okay. Where the eyes go, we create an image. So for you and for them, we create like a flower. So I create that with my hands, but I also put my mind into it so that we really create a flower. So a flower that is opening. OK. Now where the mind or the image goes, an emotion comes with that image. If I think of a flower, an emotion will come to me. So this I have to be an actor or a dancer is ready to find, like in a piano, the moment you play the note, the emotion comes. You see that this is from the hand. So this is the interesting thing about Indian dance, how we create that from the body instead of first the image. We believe in the body. So just try when you open the flower to breathe. The way we can give life to an object is through air, is our breathing. So imagine when this is opening, we kind of open. Great. So just practice as if closes or open. The moment the emotion is there, we create the communication with you, what we call rasa. So we are going to see the 9 emotions that we can find in all human beings. And in any piece of art, when you go and see that, you can relate to art emotionally. So we practice the 9 emotions in the body and with the gesture. We go to the first one, which is called Sringara. It's love. So for that, we use the flower, OK? So the moment this opens, my whole face opens. It's like I'm in a beautiful park in London, you know, opening, breathing. So it's a way, love is about opening. That's why this emotion comes. So Sringara. Smell the flower. Close. Great. Sringara. Next one will be Hasya, which means laughter. But we can divide that, because in the Natya Sastra, in this study, we can see that there are 3 ways of laughing. So one is just smile. So just think always the connection between this part and the face, right? It's not, if we just do it with the face and the body is like that, or the opposite, if we do it, you know, with the body and the face is dull, so we have to connect. So means a smile. Just do this gesture. So this is a kind of, we are trying to draw our smile. So draw it. Great. That's the smile. What is laughing to someone? Yeah, it starts from here. OK. So we move forward, and then we can open that up so that we go to open laughter, OK? Just try. So it's slowly. OK. We go now to Veera, which means the heroic, the valor. For that, we are going to use this mudra. So it's something that is like a statement, OK? So for that, we breathe in like, you know, suddenly we have big muscles, and, you know, we are strong and great. So do any gesture which helps you to, you know, to grow. Still breathe in, breathe out, and they don't know you are breathing out. It's like you people. Great. Now from there we go to anger, which means the same energy but strong. So we are going to use this mudra for that. This is like we are going to say sentences, just don't say, just say it with your finger. Address the finger to do any line which is helping you to get into that. Look at the eyes. The eyes is the place where anger is placed. So just think that is your eyes that moves. Anger. We move to sadness. for that, we know how we breathe when we are sad. So it's a kind of, there is always hope because we breathe in. Otherwise, we would just, so sad that we don't want to breathe in anymore. That will be, we die, right? So we use that to always, there is a little hope. So we are just going to do this mudra. And we accompany the body like from up, down. So it's like, I think something positive, but then you go on. If you go on like that for 15 minutes, slowly the tears come as a reaction to that. It's not like the other way of getting into an emotion that we have to connect, thinking on our real life, a passage of sadness. No, it's the actual body that knows how it's to be sad that slowly will bring us the emotion into that, the image and the emotion. We move to surprise, adbhuta. So again, it's something which is closed, and we open. Just so connected to the body to say, anywhere. Look at that. Big one. Adbhuta. So we have done 8. We have we have still more. We have afraid, bhayanaka, which will be the opposite of valor. So for that, the body shrinks, right? We can use, as you see here, the hands are used to express an emotion, a state, which is trembling. So just use that. And with the head. Okay. Another one will be disgust, something which we don't like. So just you see how the body reacts when, mainly the face. You don't want to breathe, right? It's like you are holding the breathing. We use it more often. I mean, this is like 100% disgust. What about 15%? 15. Oh, yeah, good. We practice that a lot, I think. Huh? So the last one, what we call shanta, is what we've been doing. To go from one to the other one, we go to a neutral state. It's like a lake. From there, you have to get into a state and come back. That's very important to practice. You can practice through yoga, through anywhere where you can find this space where any emotion, any movement, any thought will create an emotion. So let's do just a poem together so that we sum up. And we are going to do this poem which says, Angika, the body, come with me. So now we use all the elements, where the hand goes, the eyes go. Try to find where the emotion is there, okay? So Angika, the body, is the universe. So I ask, who? Who has the body as the universe? His language are all sounds, the silence. His ornaments are the moon, full moon, great big moon, and the stars. To you, I bow. You that are pure in mind, Lord. Thank you. I can dance for a little bit. 2 minutes? Still time. OK, so any question? Students?
You're saying that the eyes always follow.
Yeah.
When you're doing very complicated movements, do you keep the head still, or is it just the eyes that move?
Yeah. So we have also movements with the head. Actually, we have 9 movements with the head. So it means we accompany the eyes with the head, usually. So we say there are 9 movements with the head, which are like samam, udwahitam, adomukam, alokitam, dutam, kampidam cha, paravritam, ukshiptam, parivahitam. So when I do a movement with the eyes, I will be using the, otherwise will be like, huh? So if I will be using this one, if I do that, if I say yesterday, somebody fall down, look at that, a path. So my eyes go, but the whole organic of the body, the whole natural organic body works. Because now we are sitting, but imagine we are doing that in movement. So I will have to find what is a good position for my body in relation to this hand. So if I say the body, my body will have to go back to show you the body. So this is a kind of natural way to use the position that we've learned before, to use it for that. If I want to say the universe, I will go down and look up. That will be a way to relate to something which is universe, which is big. If I have to ask somebody, I will ask. If I have to say yesterday, I relate to the back, tomorrow, now. So my body will follow, but will be the hand is the main element to communicate, but then the body will have to organically follow that. Great. So let me tell you a story and then I dance it so that you see how the element works, right? So we do the salutation, you sit and I dance, okay? Come. So to close our session, we have to do the same kind of, in this way, we are not asking permission, we are saying goodbye. So we go back. Dhalam, gutakati, kutakata, diginatum, ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no, ta, ka, dhi, mi, ta, ka, jo, no. Thank you. Good clapping for them. 5 minutes? 15 minutes, okay. So just to take all this knowledge and put it in dance, I'm going to do a little piece which is a story or a poem. What do you think? Okay, let's do the poem. So I invite Guillermo to read the poem. Thank you. So a very important aspect when you have to embody the text, you have to find in yourself what is the organic way of doing it. So you see, I'm from Spain. I learned Indian dance, but in a way, I made this art my own. That means it comes back, this knowledge comes back to me with my body structure. So though I learned a classical dance form, when I teach, I believe that you have to find your own way of expression when you learn anything. But when you learn a classical dance tradition, also you have to find your own way of expression. So in this experiment, I'm going to tell you a poem, which is by Rabindranath Tagore. So you see how we translate word by word and how we get into the mood with that. Then for me to really complete the communication, I will just dance that to someone reciting in Spanish with Indian music. So you see the journey. I mean, I have to do this journey to communicate. If I'm in a small remote place in Spain, in a small village, I have to transmit Indian classical dance with my own culture. So I use many times mystical Spanish mystics like San John of the Cross. I use Tagore because Tagore is very well translated in Spanish. It was done by a good poet of ours, Juan Ramón Jiménez. So I think sometimes we think Tagore is from our own culture. That's why I'm using him. So this is for the Bengalis, a kind of connection.
Gitanjali by Rabindranath Tagore.
No se te oye bien.
On the day when the lotus bloomed, alas, my mind was straying, and I knew not My basket was empty and the flower remained unheeded. Only now and again a sadness fell upon me, and I started up from my dream and felt a sweet trace of a strange fragrance in the south wind. The vague sweetness made my heart ache with longing. And it seemed to me that it was the eager breath of the summer seeking for its completion. I knew not then that it was so near, that it was mine, and that this perfect sweetness had blossomed in the depth of my own heart.
So now with music. Hold out. A bit more.
Aquel día en que abrió el loto, mi pensamiento andaba vagabundo y no supe que florecía. Mi canasto estaba vacío y no vi la flor. Solo de vez en cuando, no sé qué tristeza caía sobre mí y me levantaba sobresaltado de mi sueño. Y olía un rastro dulce de una extraña fragancia que erraba en el viento del sur. Su vaga ternura traspasaba de dolor nostálgico mi corazón. Me parecía que era el aliento vehemente del verano, que anhelaba completarse. Yo no sabía entonces que el loto estaba tan cerca de mí, que era mío, que su dulzura perfecta había florecido en el fondo de mi propio corazón. Te necesito a ti, solo a ti. Deja que lo repita sin cansarse mi corazón. Los demás deseos que día y noche me embargan son falsos y vanos hasta sus entrañas. Como la noche esconde en su oscuridad la súplica de la luz, en la oscuridad de mi inconsciencia resuena este grito. Te necesito a ti, solo a ti. Como la tormenta está buscando paz cuando golpea la paz con su poderío, así mi rebelión golpea contra tu amor y grita. Te necesito a ti, solo a ti.
We would like to thank Ms. De La Fuente and Guillermo Rodriguez very much for this wonderful session. So we'd also like to thank our festival sponsors, Z Entertainment, Rajasthan Tourism, Taj 51 Buckingham Gate Suites and Residences, London, BBC History Magazine and the Aga Khan Foundation. Please enjoy the rest of the day with a wonderful set of sessions happening. And we also welcome tweets using the hashtag ZJLF at the British Library. Thank you.